fans, it's STSL off the track. He's going to have to dub it and make it right. But we're here. Yeah. Woo!
Thank you, Jim Kohler, for the special introduction. Welcome to STSL Off the Track. Tonight's episode 2, we're going to be talking about the 2023 schedule announcement. And here tonight with me is the driver, Captain's Curse from Stadium Championship Series Red, STSL version, of course, Dorsey.
Hello. Thanks for having me again.
No problem, man. And I hope we have no problems this time. Our last couple recordings just cut like randomly for whatever reason. So here we are. We're going to be talking about the 2023 championship schedule announcement. And so this next season will be a lot like this one, with 3 arenas and 2 stadiums. And so those we have Stadium Championship Series Red, Arena Championship Series West, Arena Championship Series Central, Arena Championship Series East, and Stadium Championship Series Blue. So we're saying goodbye to yellow and hello again to blue since 2019. And first off, we're going to start with Stadium Championship Series Red, where I will be announcing the cities and Dorsey here will be announcing the drivers. So first week, we're going to start at January 7th at Oakland, California at the Ring Central Coliseum. And following week, right, going just down the road is Anaheim, California at Angel Stadium of Anaheim, January 14th through 15th. They're going to the Midwest and St. Louis, Missouri, Dome at America Center, January 21st and 22nd. Then they're going down to Florida, Miami, Florida, Lone Depot Park, January 28th, 29th. Then they're going next door, Tampa, Florida, Raymond James Stadium, February 4th through 5th. They're going down to Texas for at Houston, Texas, at NRG Stadium, February 11th. Then they're going up north for Minneapolis, Minnesota, US Bank Stadium, February 18th through the 19th, where I'm pretty sure our STSL boys, Caden, Alan, and Zachary will be there. I'm pretty sure.
I know it. I've already seen posts.
And then after that one, Jacksonville, Florida, TIA Bank Field, February 25th. And they're going back up north again, Detroit, Michigan, Ford Field, March 11th through 12th, where maybe Barth will be going back to this one again. No confirmed there either, but I'm pretty sure. They're going, and this is the first of non-compoints series, and they're going to be starting at Raleigh, North Carolina, PNC Arena, March 18th through the 19th. They're going next to Biloxi, Mississippi, and Mississippi Coast Coliseum, March 25th through 26th. They're going just right next door, South Haven, Mississippi, for the Landers Center, March 31st and April 2nd. Then the following week, they'll be back at stadiums at Syracuse, New York, at the JMA Wireless Dome, April 8th. And next weekend, they'll be going to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lincoln Financial Field, home of the Philadelphia Eagles, April 15th. They're going down south at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, Atlanta, Georgia, in April 22nd and 23rd. And then our boy here, Dorsey, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yep.
Foxborough, Massachusetts, Gillette Stadium, May 6th. And the following week.
My New England fans are already screaming over the Foxborough announcement.
And the following weekend, they're going up at East Rutherford, New Jersey, May 13th at MetLife Stadium. And I say this one doesn't count, but they keep throwing it on anyway. Monster Jam World Finals 22, Nissan Stadium, July 1st. And to announce the first of 8 drivers is Dorsey.
All right. Well, before I announce the drivers, is there any shows on Stadium you think you're going to, or you're not going to any of them?
Maybe or maybe not. I'm still thinking about Nashville, even though I say I shouldn't be part of this list, but out of all these shows, maybe not. If I were to, I'd probably choose Anaheim.
Anaheim. Yeah,
Yep.
well, of course I'm going to Foxborough. Stadium is 20 minutes away from me. But chat on Instagram with the East Rutherford, New Jersey group chat for people who go there. I go to that show every year almost, but I might have to miss it this. Foxborough's the week before it. Are you? It seems like I gotta pick one or the other. But now with the drivers, so before I announce the drivers once again, there's going to be 12 drivers. I know people were upset that there was only 8, and people for some reason think there's going to be 8 drivers on a stadium. That's not the case. They said these are the first 8 drivers, and the rest of it will be announced sometime in November for the driver summit. And who knows, maybe we'll do another podcast talking about the driver summit. But so the first 8 drivers for Stadium Championship Series Red, we got Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. And of course, he's always teamed up, not really teamed up. His rival, Max D, Tom Bentz, is also in the same championship as him, just like the past series. The defendant, he was also on Red last year. The defending champion of Series Red, the 20th anniversary, Max D. Moving to yellow to red is Caleb Blood is back on stadiums, driving Soldier Fortune, of course. Camden Murphy was also announced back in Bakugan. And then those are so far the company drivers. And for independents, we got Mike Christensen, Vendetta, part of Team Throttle Monster, returning. And David Alford, Too Tall, is making his Stadium Championship Series debut, I believe, in the Velociraptor, which is really cool to see. He did really good the past season in Jurassic Attack. And then you got the Paglarulos, Jester Kraken, driven by Matt and Nick, of course. And those are right now the only 8 drivers announced for Championship Series Red.
All right. And that was Stadium Series Red. And moving next, we're going on to Arena Championship Series West. Well, I'll be attending one of these shows, maybe 2, depending on how my schedule might fit next year with my jobs. So this part of this tour, we start off January 6th through 8th, Salt Lake City, Utah at Vivint Arena. January 13th through the 15th, Tacoma, Washington, Tacoma Dome. Famous place for the West Series. January 27th, 29th, Sacramento, California, Golden One Center. February 4th, Fargo, North Dakota, where Fargo Dome, where also Caden and Zach are going. And then February 10th and 12th, Denver, Colorado, your boy, Max D driver, Lane Flores, Ball Arena is going. Maybe for the Sunday show. I know I threw in another one, but I'm not sure just yet. And then the next weekend, they're going to the next couple states over, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, at the Paycom Center, February 18th through the 19th. They're going over to the next state over at Wichita, Kansas, Intrust Bank Arena, February 25th through to 26th. And then they're going back out to the West Coast, Portland, Oregon, for the Moda Center, March 4th through 5th. They're going down to California, Fresno, Save Mart Center, March 10th through 12th. March 25th through 26th, Little Rock, Arizona, the Simmons Bank Arena. And March 31st and April 2nd, Tucson, Arizona. So just right next door, Tucson Arena. April 7th through 8th, Lincoln, Nebraska, Pinnacle Bank Arena. April 15th through the 16th, Des Moines, Iowa, Wells Fargo Arena. And then April 22nd and 23rd. This is the first of 2 non-points events. Austin, Texas, Moody Center. Then they're going back to wrap up the point series. April 28th through 30th, Colorado Springs, Colorado, the Broadmoor World Arena, where I think this is where I might go back to this one again. And I'm pretty sure our boy Sean, Random Hydra's Bakugan Dragonoid driver, will be going again. And then we also have the second non-points event, Moline, Illinois, Vibrant Arena, May 6th. And then again, they should have included it. Monster General Finals 22, Nissan Stadium, Nashville, July 1st.
I will say it's kind of weird that they're ending it off with a non-points championship.
I thought the
Or
same thing.
non-points.
I thought the same thing too when technically like the series wraps up at Colorado Springs, but then it like actually ends at Moline, and I'm like, I understand it's non-points right there. Like it's just for fun runs, but I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's kind of dumb for the arena drivers not to have all points. Like even Austin, Texas, there's no reason, unless a certain driver's not there and it's going to be fill-in for like other trucks, like what they did with the East Tour. Then there's no reason for it to not be a points chase.
I think that could be the case because if I remember the last show after Colorado Springs, they had like 2 trucks that weren't there, and that was Earthshaker and I think Megalodon. I think it was Earthshaker and Megalodon that were not there for that show. So I think they'll be just throwing on 6 trucks.
It's kind of weird. But well, for the drivers of Arena Championship Series West, we technically have 7 drivers announced for it. We got Kristen Anderson moving Central Tour to the West, your Arena's Central defending champion. Elvis Linez also in the same tour like last season. Unfortunately, Tristan England, Arenas, still on the West Tour though, which is interesting. He didn't move at all. And that's right now, so far, the only 3 company drivers announced. And Team Throttle Monster again represented. They're everywhere on the map this season. We got Dalton Widener making his Monster Jam Arena Tour debut for a full season, driving Jurassic Attack. A surprise announcement that Bailey Shea is returning, not for a company driver, even though she's driving Monster Dalmatian. She'll be driving the Monster Dalmatian body on a Team Throttle Monster chassis. And our last 2 drivers, we got Raminator Mark Hall returning, which I'm a bit surprised about. Not really, but I kind of thought that they won't be in it next season. And Kurt Kramer did say he will be in the 2023 season. We don't know what truck he's driving. It might be Hotsy, but I'm not too sure yet.
Well, I mean, he did run both Ramunition and Hotsy at separate shows. I think in Edmonton he ran Hotsy.
Yeah, there was like a post I saw saying it'd be cool to have the black and red Hotsy for the full season from Monster Jam.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool to just have Hotsy.
Yeah, and I think this series could be sort of a challenge for Tristan because you have Tristan England, the king of tool skills. I mean, for arenas, not stadiums. But then you also have the toughest tours monster truck champion, Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack, and making his Monster Jam Arena debut next full season debut next season. And so that should be fun to watch.
Mark Hall's always a great racer. He just won a timed racing over the weekend.
He put a great lap this past weekend.
And Elvis Linez, you can't count him out. He's always really consistent. But we still have one more company driver, and we don't know who it is.
My guess on this one would be probably Bernard Light. Now, as for the truck, we ain't gonna reveal anything yet until later on. So because we're going down the list by how the show went. And we're going next on to Arena Series Central. And starting off January 7th through 8th, Greenville, South Carolina, at the Bon Secours Wellness. Next weekend, January 14th through 15th, Greensboro, North Carolina, Greensboro Coliseum. Next weekend, January 20 and 22nd, Hampton, Virginia, at the Hampton Coliseum. And then 28th and 29th, Washington, D.C., Capital One Arena. Then February 3rd and 5th, Providence, Rhode Island, at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. And then they're going down south for at Birmingham, Alabama, for the Legacy Arena BJCC, February 11th and 12th. They're moving on to Cleveland, Ohio, Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, February 18th and 19th. And then next weekend, they'll be going on to Allentown, Pennsylvania for the PPL Center, February 24th and 26th. And next weekend, March 4th and 5th, Tupelo, Mississippi, at the South Arena. And then they're going down to Texas, Hidalgo, Texas, at the Payne Arena, March 10th through 12th. And they're going back down to the south, Huntsville, Alabama, Von Braun Center Probst Arena. That's like the longest name I've ever seen for an arena, March 17th and 19th. Louisville, Kentucky, at the famous Freedom Hall. Famous for car crushing competitions, tractor pulls since the 80s, March 25th and 26th. North Charleston, South Carolina, North Charleston Coliseum, April 1st and 2nd. And then the first of 3 non-point series, Florence, South Carolina, Florence Center, April 7th and 8th. Green Bay, Wisconsin, we're going back to the points. Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Red Center, if I said that correctly, April 15th and 16th. And then we're going back down to I guess, so they finish off the points at Green Bay because the last 2 are non-points. So Columbia, South Carolina, Colonial Life Arena, April 22nd and 23rd. And then they'll wrap it up at Evansville, Indiana, Ford Center, April 29th and 30th. And then again, they threw on Nashville just because Monster Jam.
Yep. Well, now we know the dates. Let's go on with the drivers. As of right now, this is my favorite tour right now. I think this tour is going to be very competitive. First of all, the first driver announces, what do you know? It's a gravedigger. Wow. It's like there's a gravedigger in every tour. It is your World Finals Racing Champion. Brandon Vincent is on this, with Cody Saucier and Dragon also being in, which, I mean, it's like, it's mixed arenas again, but also, who would you put in arenas instead of, who would you switch from stadiums to arenas? It's kind of hard to pick and choose. I already know I'm going to botch these names because I don't pronounce this guy's last name correctly at all. Just get her done. Brandon Tulachka. Tulachka. I was almost there.
Oh, you got it.
For returning after 2 years for a full tour, and he was really competitive in the 2020. Zach Gardner Wildside being in this Central tour as well. Back in the Central tour, because I think he was in the Central last year. And making her Monster Jam tour debut is Michaela Tulachka, driving Megalodon, surprisingly. I believe she is the second female ever to drive Megalodon on a independent chassis, which is interesting. I didn't think that's what they were going to do. And our last driver from the Zach Gardner's teammate returning, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, is also on the Central Tour.
And I just missed John Zimmer Jr. He recently competed at Pueblo, and I did not know that, and I didn't even go. And he was driving Dirt Crew.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's been a lot of different people driving Dirt Crew lately. But I expect big things for Zimmer again this year. I think he had the second, or he tied the most overall champions with Kristen last season.
Zimmer was really good this season. So when we made our predictions last year about how, I think it was Central, right? How Central was going to go. We all thought Kristen was going to end up on like the bottom 3, and Zimmer was going to at least end up the top 3. And we were kind of wrong. But anyway, Zimmer was dominating the first couple months.
He was. He really grabbed a lot of overalls. Like he grabbed like at least 3 overalls when he didn't win any events. He just like somehow was just that consistent, and he just got the most points.
Well, I mean, it also helps his dad, his former Dragon driver, John Zimmer Sr.
Yep.
So
And
that's
Zimmer is returning, driving overboard. Oh God, what show is that? I don't know if they changed it, but I'm pretty sure the last time I saw it, he's driving overboard in Glendale. I want to
it's
say,
this upcoming one.
yeah, this year.
I don't
I
know.
know. I believe he's driving. I know he was driving overboard. I don't remember what show.
Because I know he did drive overboard last year, taking over for his dad.
Yeah, he drove overboard in one of the arena shows. That one I'm not gonna remember which one. But if I remember, I'm on the website right now. I know it's a stadium show. I'm pretty sure it's Glendale. Oh no, it went back to Jamie Garner.
I think it was one of the Midwest shows when this might have been either St. Louis or Indianapolis.
Seems like they changed it back to Garner driving overboard. Well, anyways, we still got one more arena and a stadium left to go.
That's right. We're starting with Arena Series East. And they're starting off January 7th through 8th at Nashville, Tennessee at the Bridgestone Arena, where in literally just half the year, they're going to hold World Finals 22 over there. So that's where East will start. And then on the next weekend, Kansas City, Missouri. Zachary will be there. He did confirm. T-Mobile Center, January 14th through 15th. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is how you say it, 5-serve form or 5th-serve form. Anyway, Milwaukee, January 21st and 22nd. And then Newark, New Jersey, Prudential Center, 27th and 29th. Going on to February 3rd and 5th, Belmont Park, New York, at the UBS Arena, where they just held a show this year, the first ever show there this year. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, PPG Paints Arena, February 10th and 12th. Worcester, Massachusetts. That's the way it's pronounced and the way it's spelled. It's weird. DCU Center.
I'll be there.
And February 17th and 19th. Then we're going on to February 25th and 26th, Hartford, Connecticut, XL Center. Then next month, March 3rd and 5th, Rosemont, Illinois, Allstate Arena. March 11th and 12th, Albany, New York, MVP Arena. March 17th and 19th, Toledo, Ohio, the Huntington Center. March 24th and 26th, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Van Andel Arena. And April 1st and 2nd, Columbus, Ohio, how do you say this one? Scotzenstein Center?
Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Moving on, Macon, Georgia. First of, I think this is the only one non-points. Macon, Georgia, Macon Coliseum. In April 7th and 8th. Then going back onto the points, 7th, Cincinnati, Ohio, Heritage Bank Center, April 15th and 16th. Next weekend, the 22nd and 23rd, Hamilton, Ontario, First Ontario Center. Maybe, just maybe, Caden or Barth will be there. Probably Caden. Just assuming. And then 28th and 30th, Baltimore, Maryland, Baltimore Arena. And then the following month, May 5th and 7th, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, Mohegan Sun Arena. And then May 13th and 14th, Manchester, New Hampshire, SNHU Arena. And then World Finals right there.
A weird arena. SNHU.
I mean, Central had an arena named with the longest one.
That's true. Well, for our drivers, we only have 4 announced right now, 3 company, and for whatever reason, 1 independent, which is odd. But right now, our Gravedigger driver back in the Arena East Series, the reigning defending champion for that tour, Weston Anderson and Gravedigger, is back. Also coming back in the East Tour is Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. These two battle it out a lot, them two and Cody, all season long. Returning to a full season is Lindsey Reed and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, your 2019 World Finals Freestyle champion, is back on the arenas. And our independent driver, which I think this is probably the most underrated independent driver of all time, Travis Mowry, is driving a second Velociraptor, which is very odd to see. I think it's really cool to have two different Velociraptors right now. And who knows what his teammate or who the other Team Throttle truck might be. I'm going to assume it might be, if I made a prediction, it might be Zach Jensen, but who knows? We don't know yet until November. But that right now is your 4 drivers right now announced for Arena Series East.
So this lineup, a lot like this, the 2022 East Series, they were short on trucks, and so far they only announced 4, which is interesting. So I guess they might be going to 6 or 7 trucks this year. I don't know. They've had conflicts over this series all the time.
Yeah, for the independents, of course they're gonna have to announce another Team Throttle monster truck. I feel like that's probably gonna happen. And the company driver truck, it won't be hard won't be hard also. But who knows who the other 2 independents will be.
All right, that was Series East, and now we're moving on down to Series Blue, Stadium Series Blue exactly. So they're ditching the yellow, and we're moving on back to blue since 2019. And we're starting off, for the first 2 weeks. I don't know why they're doing this. San Diego, California. But here's the thing. They're not doing Petco Park this time. They're going on to Snapdragon Stadium for those first 2 weeks, which is interesting to me.
4 shows.
I don't know. Like, they keep... I don't know why they keep doing this.
I didn't even realize that. It's like the first 4 shows.
I would hate being them. It's like you got to go back and forth from Florida to California, San Diego, and then back and forth 2 weeks straight. And then moving on, they're going on to San Antonio, Texas. San Antone, if you Corey C. Mike Hogwood, rest in peace. Alamo Dome, January 21st and 22nd. Then they're going on down, I don't know Texas. I've never been there. Houston, Texas, Energy Stadium, 28th and 29th. And then they're going on to Indianapolis, Indiana, home of Lucas Oil Stadium, February 4th and 5th. And then they're going back to California for another 2 weeks. I don't even know why. Anaheim, California, Angel Stadium of Anaheim. Then they're going on back to Texas, El Paso, Texas, UTEP Sun Bowl, February 25th and 26th. Arlington, Texas, AT&T Stadium, March 4th. Then the first, and I think, according to the unofficial list, Arlington is so far the last stadium show. I know there will be more because I know there's a couple cities missing here. But they have 3 non-point series in arenas too. So March 10th and 12th, Nampa, Idaho, Ford Idaho Center. And Vancouver, British Columbia, Pacific Coliseum, March 17th and 19th. Then April 30th, you're going back to California again, Salinas Sports Complex. And then Nashville at the end of the list.
Man, I would, like what you said, I would hate just going back from California to Texas.
I mean, if you saw the way yellow was ran this year, they really went on to the same states. They went to Texas so many times. They went on to California. All rounds were at California there. None of red were at Cali. All of yellow was Cali. And then so I'd hate the crew just going back and forth from Florida, Cali, Texas, just the bottom states. I'd hate to be them.
Yeah, I was about it seems like they just swapped the schedule around, but they just changed the yellow toward the blue.
I know. Like, they gave some breathing room for the fans over at both states to see different competitions. Because if if I was in California at the moment, I would probably make at least 2 of those shows, but not all of them if I was there this year.
Well, for our last group of drivers announced for Stadium Championship Series Blue, our Gravedigger driver is Tyler Menica, returned to the stadiums once again. Ryan Anderson, of course, driving son of a digger, powered by Hoonigan. Haha. Bari Musauer is returning to stadiums, which I like to see that. He deserves to be in the stadiums and should be for the rest of the time he has in Monster Jam.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. Cynthia Gauthier is back in the Lucas Stabilizer, representing Lucas Oil, of course. And our 4 independent drivers, you got Corey Rummel driving Megalodon once again for this series, and the 2-time World Finals champion, Jim Kohler, an Avenger, is back. And this is his 26th season now of Avenger for next year, which is crazy to think. John Gordon, Bad Company, is back in the Stadium Championship Series. I would like to see his other Blown Money to be in the Stadium Championship Series. I think that'd be cool to see both trucks to be in it.
Yeah.
And our last driver is Ryan Dishroon, Saigon Shaker, which we saw if you guys didn't see it, he did reveal a new body for that Saigon Shaker, which I think looked really cool.
Yeah, I just saw that too. It looks pretty nice, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot better than the old one. I do prefer this new one. I think it's odd that we have so far yet to see an El Toro Loco driver on none of the stadium tours.
I think that's where this other half of Team Screen might be again with Jim and Corey. If anything, I think I'm predicting that they'll run El Toro Loco. If not Craig Champion, Joe Foley.
Yeah, I can see Joe Foley driving El Toro. Is Chris Kohler still in college? I don't remember. If he is, then he'll definitely not be in the championship series. If he's not, then I can see him making his debut.
I mean, he was just driving this summer at several Monster Jam shows, independents as well. But
yeah, I just saw him at an independent show.
We're waiting word on him to say whether he's going to still continue college or not. Well, we're just waiting on him.
Yeah.
Then we're going to move on to the next subject. My personal favorite one, Max D 20th anniversary. And my
Lord.
So if you're listening to on Spotify or Anchor, so what the body looks like, and I'm saying the Gravedigger 40th anniversary can kiss its ass. So it's got the black base paint with fire all over, so it kind of looks like Avenger Fire a little, but it's also got vibes of Max D Fire. But here's where it all
Avengers Fire, but better, in my opinion.
And then here's the most interesting part. They're ditching the 3D face and the spikes for just the original body.
Yep.
And then no more spikes, no more face, but the face is still on the hood, and it's unbelievable. Oh my god, it just looks so awesome. And then we have the Max D 20 logo on the sides. It looks a little bit weird,
but XX.
I mean, you need one more, but I'm kidding. So you have that. It looks a little weird, but it'll grow on me. It looks cool. And then you have the logo, which the Monster Jam logo looks like a fiery yellow to match it all. And then on the back, it says, on the back window, it says Tom Mentz on a mission with the meter all the way, maximum destruction. And here's a bit original, yeah. But here's a bit of a slap to the face as to Max D fans, because the professor just won 2 more championships this year. He won skills and freestyle. So for them to not include the 14-time World Finals champion is a bit of a slap to the face for all the fans and Tom. To it just feels weird not acknowledging his accomplishments as a World Finals competitor.
Yeah, you know what? While you're talking about that, I don't see anything on here that shows he's in what on 14 time now.
Yeah, he's
He just
14
won
time,
2.
but
Yeah,
they don't have it on the truck.
yeah, they don't
So
have it on the truck.
yeah, I love the body. I absolutely love it, but it's like you're missing one thing to fully commemorate the truck.
Maybe it's on the top roof, but that is on the top roof. No, I don't think it is. It's just fire.
It's
I
just
thought there was something
yeah,
up there.
yeah, just the flames. But I don't know. Maybe at the summit, they'll unveil an updated version, hopefully, like they did for Stabilizer last year.
Yeah, if they add that, then I think this truck is complete.
Yeah. And so that is Max the 20th. Kind of hope to see it. I kind of hope to see it at some point. If not, I'll just go to Nashville and see it myself.
I hope the lineups don't get. I forgot to say it before. Most of the Moss Jam fans understand and know. All of the lineups are announced to be. What the hell? What is the saying? TB, not TBE. To be.
Subject to
be
change.
changed.
Yeah.
Yes.
It says for all the list and the drivers.
Just like last year, a lot of drivers had to be moved around. A lot of people hated on it. Well, you know what? Things have to happen like that. Too bad. Grow up. If that, I'm hoping that Tom stays on that tour just so I can see that Max D truck in Foxborough. Fingers crossed. I hope he doesn't leave the red tour to go to the blue tour for whatever reason happens. If it happens, then that sucks. But I hope another Maxi driver gets announced. It's probably like what you said, Blake Granger. Would be cool to see Colton come back for the 20th anniversary.
Yeah, and talking about Colton, we don't know if we would have loved for him to return, but also talking about another Colt Stevens. So he's not been announced anything, but
that's
that. So it feels we're predicting that Colt Stevens, since he's been training lately, he might be part of the international tour that they announced last night as well, and it's gonna. Oh, man, I forgot all the cities. They didn't have a list for that one here.
There was a lot of Puerto Rico shows. There was some Africa shows. Like I know Cape Town was one of them.
Not counting the Australia shows that they're doing this upcoming months. Yeah, so international tour. We're predicting Randy Brown will be in this tour because
absolutely.
The older you are, the least important tour you just do apparently. But also that kind of gives room for Peter Nyman because they're running this tour the same time in Q1. So this is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. With how many? It's probably gonna be 8 trucks. They might have to do 6. Oh wait, I think they might have to maybe shorten it if they don't get enough drivers. It could be 6 trucks that we all know.
I think they've just been doing 8 trucks.
Well, I'm confused who's gonna be in it. Just because Tristan won't be in it because he's been in the international shows a lot this year. He'll definitely not be in it.
I don't have a funny feeling that Tyler Duke will be there, but I'm just kind of throwing it on there. Like he could be in there too, just driving Blue Thunder or, an unnamed truck.
Yeah, those unnamed trucks that we could talk about later in the.
Well, moving on, unnamed trucks. Marvel Comics trucks are coming back. Hell yeah, baby! And so far, the first confirmed by Scott Jordan, his personal favorite, and I'm pretty sure everyone's personal favorite, Spider-Man, is coming back. But here's the thing about those trucks coming back. They're gonna have new, updated designs, both body and paint. So I'm intrigued. Here's my prediction for that. I know they're not going to go with the original paint they went back in 2002 and 2011, 12, so on. If they do, I'm kind of predicting that they'll have have him inspired by the Marvel Studios characters.
That'd be sick.
So like Spider-Man could be inspired by the Tom Holland Spider-Man, or they'll just do comic Spider-Man again. But I'm if they do Captain America, I kind of hope they have inspired by Sam Wilson, our current Captain America in the MCU.
Yeah, the Marvel trucks are back. I'm so excited. I'm about to probably get hated for this. Marvel is better than DC. I don't care what anyone says, it is. Movies are better, better storyline. I can't wait for these Marvel trucks. It's a bit weird that Spin Master was still making DC trucks. We're getting a 5-pack DC truck this year. I think it's out, actually. I don't remember if it is. It's a bit weird that none of those trucks came to life if they still had the rights to it.
That too, because Hot Wheels just last year was making they had the Marvel license to the trucks, and they were releasing some, but they didn't release any this year. So I think we're back at this point where it's like DC has the license, Spin Master has the DC license for toys, while as to Feld has the license for both the trucks and the toys.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Maybe we could see returning drivers for them. I'm not 100% sure yet. I know some drivers are fully retired. Some drivers said they were on hiatus and they weren't fully retired yet. Like for instance, I think said that. I could be wrong. I think he's on hiatus. I don't think he said he was retired. We could see that.
Yeah, drivers like
Scott Buteau, I believe, said it.
Yeah, drivers like George Ballahan and Leo Donald did confirm that they're done. They're done for sure. They want to move on to whatever what they want. Scott Buteau did announce retirement as well. I mean, it'd be cool for him to come back, but I just, I don't think he would want to do it. The age is catching up to him again, too.
Yeah, I don't see. It'd be cool to see Neil Elliott because Max D's 20th anniversary. I highly doubt it. I'm not hyping myself for it. I think Neil. I don't know. I think Neil, in my opinion, might be. I think I might like Neil Elliott more than Tom Benz. I think he's more technical with his runs more than Tom. But of course, they're both still really good drivers. But for my opinion, with the Marvel trucks, back on topic, I know Leslie Mayer said something about a Black Widow truck would be cool to see. But the thing is, we have a Black Widow truck and an independent truck called Black Widow. It would be kind of weird. I don't know if they're able to do that.
Yeah,
but
that'd be some. Good.
Yeah. I don't know. We could see new Marvel characters like Groot. That would be weird to see.
I mean, imagine a mini monster truck for display.
A mini Groot. That'd be cool to see. But whoever's watching this, if you saw my story, I made a prediction saying Bernard Light should be in Spider-Man just because he was Spider-Man in a live-action show. It would be really fitting for him to go in Spider-Man this season since we have not seen him yet, and we already have 2 Megalodon drivers announced.
Yeah, and everyone's been saying that Bernard should do Spider-Man. Even I agree. Like it just come for full cycle to him,
But do you have any predictions of what characters, Marvel characters, you would see next season? Well, we already know Spider-Man.
Well, I mean, yeah, we already got Spider-Man down. So for 5 more, I'm predicting Iron Man coming back. Black Panther should be one of these on the list.
Would love to see that.
Captain America. And then I would want to say Black Widow because they definitely need a female truck on their. But if not Black Widow, Thor. And then that's 4 right there.
I would like to see they're owned by Marvel, but we need some X-Men, bring Wolverine back. Maybe do Deadpool. Things not in that type of universe, because Spider-Man is technically with Iron Man sometimes, and Spider-Man's most of the time I think Spider-Man is its own thing. Then Captain America and Iron Man, all that together. Would be cool to see different shows like X-Men back. Maybe Deadpool, even though I've never watched a Deadpool movie.
Well, they're great. I mean, I don't know if you can with just go through that gore, but it's got some good jokes on there.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know why I just was never interested in it. Like, I've seen every Marvel movie. Besides, I don't even think I've seen X-Men. Have I? No, I seen the Logan movie.
I mean, to be
Or
fair,
not?
those X Men movies do have their moments,
Yeah, but
and then good.
but what I was about to say when you said Black Panther, because I slipped out of my mind, I was like, it would be cool to announce the Black Panther movie in November, since that movie, the new Black Panther movie, is coming out in November.
Oh yeah, and
That would be the perfect time to announce it.
the summit is around that time too.
Yep, that would be the perfect time to announce that truck is in the summit the same month that the movie's coming out.
Yeah. Right, and then moving on to the next topic, the so this was so the Max D 20th anniversary body was leaked earlier yesterday, and then but they also released so Monster Jam officially released a video of the Hall of Fame class of 2020 diecast truck that has Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger on the left side of the truck, and then you have two pictures of Scott Douglas on the right side. But here's the thing, though, so it comes with the triangle-shaped box diecast in there and a replica ring. But here's the catch, and that's where I shot my hype down to buy this truck. It cost $250.
Yep.
And like I understand,
man.
but yeah, they went out a little bit too far with this one. But
I would just grab the truck for
yeah,
like $20, then have a replica ring with it. That's probably why it's $250, which I disagree on as well.
yes, yeah, this truck looks nice and everything. Like the rings on there, it looks like the real deal. It's a replica, so it's supposed to look like it. But yeah, this and I mean I forgot this part too. It has its own little booklet of both people uh, about their history in Monster Jam since 1992. And yeah, I would absolutely love to get this, but it's just the price that kills it for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely not getting it for the price.
Yeah, I mean, if it goes on sale, I'll get it. But as far as that goes, I'm not gonna get it for the time being. So for you collectors out there, so for you collectors out there, what like planning on getting like dozens of these? Good luck, because all your money goes to waste.
Yeah, I probably spent at least over thousands and thousands of money of trucks. Like I'm looking at all of them right now. I think I'm close to 900
Yeah,
total. I've slowed down more for the past few years. I just been getting like independent trucks from Spin Master and not getting like a Gravedigger that has different color tires. I'm like, I don't need that anymore. It's kind of getting repetitive. It's not their fault. They're not going to get all the independents at once. Of course, you need to bring out their company trucks more as well, because they're not going to have that many trucks to sell if they don't do that. But back to the Hall of Fame, what I was about to say with to keep it on topic, it's a bit weird that they didn't announce any new Hall of Fame members for this year.
yeah, and this is the weirdest part too. So they made a diecast truck for class 2020. Well, so there's no spotlight to class of 2021. That being Gary Porter and Mike Wine. Wait, no, that's right, Mike Welch. Sorry.
Hey guys, Lane back here. The Hall of Famer I meant was Mike Wales, not Mike Welch. Mike Wales was the director of fleet operations for Monster Jam and Feld. Mike Welch, however, was the owner of Super Pete. So yeah, just to clear up that confusion, and on back to the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, no, Mike Wine's not even a Hall of Fame. It's Mike Welch. But yeah, they didn't shine the light on class of 21, and there's no class of 2022 either.
Like, there's just nothing. Was there even a class of 2022 at all this year?
No, there hasn't.
That's why I don't know. Like, are they not doing it now? Like, that would be kind of dumb for them just to do just the four of them and never do anything else.
I mean,
in Trippier.
they have so many drivers that are Hall of Fame worthy, but one of them is currently competing, that being Tom Meents. But you could probably throw in someone like Elliott or maybe even Paul Schaefer.
Right now, I don't know who I would put for the second one. Right now, I would definitely put Scott Hartsock in, and I don't know who the second one would be. It'd probably be some type of like backstage crew member, because it seems like that's what they've been doing. They've been doing a driver and then someone else, like an announcer or a crew guy or someone in the back scenes that you don't see compete on the field.
So I guess that going to that part, if you watch Monster Jam's 2000 and 2001 season, that would be Scott Stevens, Colt Stevens' dad.
Yes.
He was backstage. He even on the 2000 and so on both those seasons, he would be like the backstage guy informing like what's going on with the trucks, how this works, and everything. I would throw him for a class of 22 or 23.
I would too. I would, yeah.
So yeah, that's Hall of Fame. Next subject. We're basically at the end of this show at this point. So here's where I'm throwing a little bit of shade because I like to have fun. Here's Zacher's favorite, the Monster Jam song. So they just threw that at the end of the show.
Oh no. Wait, did you say that's Zacher's favorite?
Yeah, I like to poke fun at him. He hates it. I know everyone hates it, but I like to poke fun at him.
Okay. I thought you were being serious.
No. He hates it for sure. Everyone hates it. I know he hates it too. I don't like it, but I like to poke fun at him because whenever he brings it up, I just poke fun at him.
Yeah, that song. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about it.
I mean, the most recent music video they just did that they released on Monday actually was not bad. It was just like clips of her singing at Nashville and then Nashville party, the show, Real Finals 20.
The video is fine. The lyrics is eh.
Yeah, this song is just something else. And everyone, I mean, not gonna name a certain someone, but it's like I wouldn't even touch those two songs that talk about Monster Jam.
Yeah. I don't know. It's cool that they thought of doing a theme song for the show, but that's definitely not the right one.
Yeah, and then so we're almost done with this episode. So all we have left is our 3 subcategories I made watching the show last night. So we have the ups, the downs, and the questionables. So I actually want to start with the downs because some of the things, one of the things from the ups answers the downs. So missing CDs and lineups, it's like what the heck. So for Blue, especially, I see that they have so many open spaces, especially like Salt Lake City, STSL Stadium, Denver, Empire Field, my hometown. There's a lot of shows that there's not on, they don't have on there, but we're going back to that comes from the ups. They were already addressing the elephant in the room, or the elephants, because there's like so many things that they left out. But they said the Monster Jam Summit is where they will reveal half those other things that they left out. So like the lineups, the cities, or the Marvel trucks too. They haven't announced any yet. So they said at the summit they'll really reveal them, and new trucks too.
Yep, they did say that. They said for a certain team. I don't know if they're just saying that or if like it's just recreation and we already know it. It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean it is. Its name is in itself. It's a schedule announcement. Like it has
It's
the name.
definitely an independent truck.
But then they started throwing us the summit to us, and I'm like, since when did that matter for us? Because it's mostly for their employees.
Yeah, for my downs, definitely about the missing lineup. They shouldn't have never hyped up the kickoff show. I feel like they shouldn't have done one at all. They should have just like posted it about it and then wait to do like the big thing in November. I would have just waited till November and done everything together at once like that, than just doing like part thing like this.
Yeah. Yeah, usually at their kickoff shows, they announce everything almost all at once, and then anything later just down by the end of the year. But yeah, this one was weird, but they already dressed it for us. So it's like, thanks, Leslie and Scott.
Well, oh, yeah, I've got more downs. The song, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that was on my list too. Also, what was on both ups and downs was a Hall of Fame truck. The price and the truck itself. Okay, the truck itself is on the ups. The price is on the down, and that's where I'll just leave it at that.
Truck is definitely their best, like so far. The 40th anniversary digger that they did earlier this year with the red looked really sick too. That's definitely probably one of their best looking online trucks for their store. But the price is definitely the down. Another down for me is that Tristan is still in arenas. I cannot believe he still has not done one stadium tour yet. I don't understand that. I could name a couple drivers that deserve to be in stadiums, but like what I said earlier, it's who would you replace to put in arenas? You really can't. You can't really put Tom Mentz in arenas. You can't really put Camden back in arenas since he's driving Bakugan.
I mean, if you could put Caleb, but I mean, they want a female out there in the stadiums too.
Yeah, they want a female company driver in each
tour. Like they want everything equal.
See, what I would have done. No, I think Kayla's probably the better stadium driver than Lindsay. No offense to her. Just of what she did this season. She did really well. I could replace Bari, but I also said that Bari deserves to be in the stadiums for the rest of his career, which I like to see.
Yeah.
I could have replaced Brandon and Tyler, I said earlier, just because he's the reigning World Finals racing champion. It doesn't make sense for him to be back in arena since he just won that amazing, with by far the best race of all time.
Oh, yeah. But here's the thing, too. Tyler actually had not that bad of a season now in stadiums.
He didn't. That's the thing. He was definitely the best.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah. And then another one of my downs is that they're doing the same thing again like they did with Yellow. They're going back-to-back shows in California. But then the good thing this time, I mean, it's not really enough, but they're doing it with both the series. But so many California shows. It's really unnecessary at this point.
My other down is I wish they put both Andersons in the same tour just to mix it up, because I would love to see Tyler and Tom on the same tour.
Man, if you would put the professor alone with all his students, he would really school them.
That would have been the best. That would have been amazing.
That would have been Monster Jam University live. It would have been amazing. But yeah,
down? I had one more and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I remember. My other down was it's still 48 trucks this season competing. They said 48 trucks are competing to have a bid at the World Finals. I wish it's probably hard to get trucks nowadays, but I wish they bumped up 12 to 14. I like having two stadiums because there's more shows in each tour to make it more competitive. That's what I like about it. I'd rather have two stadiums and 3 arenas, but I wish they upgraded the 12 to the 14 trucks.
Yeah, I would love the same thing. Like, I would love to see two extreme racing back on Monster Jam, but they're doing their own shows, and I wouldn't
don't think they're coming back.
I mean, yeah, Jimmy is Jimmy. But yeah, I think like what we said on one of the last podcasts we were on is that it's going to take him some time to earn a lot of money to even form another tour.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, in 2017 they had like 4 or 5 series. One of the leading trucks was Carolina Crusher, but like it didn't count anything to World Finals.
God, I did not like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that many tours in one year, just because, number one, less drivers get to compete at the World Finals of whoever deserves to be in it. To keep track. Number 3, there's going to be less shows for that tour. Like, there was one tour, like, they ended, like, the top leader had, like, 190 points. And and it was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, so it's gonna. I say it would take them some time to make money and form another tour just for us, kind of like bounce back up where we were at 2020, because we had back then 4 arenas and 3 stadiums.
Yeah,
And
which
then
I like.
COVID happened.
It was okay. I like
Yeah.
having the mix between the with the independents and the company drivers better than the triple threat. I like this a lot better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, I
I
think
don't.
that's done
Yeah. I
for the
don't.
downs.
And then questionables. I had got some so far. So goodbye, Scooby Doo. So I guess we're not going to be seeing Scooby Doo anymore after basically this quarter.
Has it been announced yet? Because I'm not gonna say so far it is, because we don't know what Miranda's doing. I think Scooby is done as well, in my opinion. We don't know yet. But
Plus,
if Scooby is done, I predict she is going to be in Whiplash to fill in for Brianna, since
yeah.
she is going to have a kid.
Plus, we're seeing the hints that Lindsay Reed is driving Dalmatian at this fall tour, but there's no Scooby. So it's like, this is the biggest hint we're getting. Like, there's no more Scooby Doo. The licensing, the contract is done.
I believe Miranda's driving Scooby Doo in the Australia. I think she's on the out of the country shows. I believe last time I saw, I think, because I know she was driving Scooby Doo. Like I forgot where they were their last show with Randy Brown in it and Peter Nyman and Tristan and Megalodon. I don't remember where they were.
Was London?
Could be. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure Scooby is just in the out of the States shows, which is weird. I feel like they should, if they are doing it like that, they should have like their Scooby Doo. More people know that truck better than Dalmatian. Like, even if they don't know Monster Jam, I feel like they should do that. Put Lindsay back in that truck.
Yeah, so I guess no more Scooby Doo for next season. We don't know yet, but there is also no Whiplash. So it's
another questionable, but also an up, is that Bailey Shea is back in a Team Throttle chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go.
So sorry. So this was the thing no one knew last night, is that whether she was a Feld fleet driver or driving for an independent team. But then this morning on Team Throttle Monsters page, they welcomed Bailey Shea onto the team, and I'm like, oh, that's where she's going.
I think that made more sense, because I feel like it would be weird for her just to go back to be a company driver, just like that.
I mean, so far in West, you have already 4 companies. You have 3 company drivers. And you got Bailey Shea, Mark Hall, and then Dalton Widener. And then Bailey Shea is one of the other half of Team Throttle Monster for West. And that made sense.
Kramer announced that he will be in it.
What else? Another questionable I had was, so since one of the stadiums is going back to blue, does that mean for arenas, will they all be blue, or will they finally be using different paints?
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Because if they do, that would be great. Because I'm honestly tired of seeing just the blue paint, blue base color for arenas. It would be great if we saw green, yellow, purple, because we haven't seen those colors in a while, and they used to be stadium colors.
That's true. I think it is also questionable why they changed the color. There's no reason to. It's just they just changed the color. I don't know what was the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, and I'm saying if they do, if one of the arenas use green or yellow, this might start looking like Steel Titans 2 a little, the way they have their tracks in the game. Yeah, so it would be interesting. I'm just hoping, because I did like they start being a little, they were a little bit creative to the tracks this year, where they mixed half the track inverted the colors and stuff like that, or make random designs. But I'm saying like they should start using different colors if blue is a stadium color now.
Yeah, I don't think I got any more besides that with the color. Another questionable thing is that Travis Mowry is driving a second Velociraptor.
Yeah.
That I know he's part of Team Throttle now, but I was surprised to see that he's driving. There's a second Velociraptor out.
He's been running his own name too that he used from TK Motorsports.
Yeah.
He's using currently Extreme Attitude, which is his name.
It's confusing why that's the case. I thought he would be in Extreme Attitude again, or back in that since he was in Rockwell Red for this past season.
Another name they haven't been using either is Wrecking Machine, and we haven't been confirmed anything about Rockwell Red.
True. Yeah, I know that they have bodies at I can on your show. San I cannot pronounce that show. The 10 truck show that they just had. All 5 of their names were there. Wrecking Machine was there. Well, besides Kamikaze because of the name. All Team Throttle was there.
Yeah. I think I know you were talking about. I just didn't get the city part.
Yeah, I know it starts with an S. It's like SANLIAS. I believe that's how you spell it. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
And
It's the only 10 truck show that they did this year.
And then that's it for my question. Also, finishing up with ups. My favorite one, Max D 20th body. I mean, okay, we already covered that part, so we're already just gonna move on from there. So that's one of my favorite ones. But that so that's leading to Tom's not done either. He's going on for 30 years straight.
Yeah, I'm honestly glad he kept going just because it's his 20th anniversary. Who knows? This could be his last one to end it off.
I mean, he did get injured back in 2017, but he's still going after 30 years, 1993.
I think that's I'm honestly surprised he kept going after 2020, to be honest with you. I thought he would have at least been gone a few years ago.
Yeah, and then when Colt Stevens announced that he was training, I thought Tom was going to be done.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect time for Colt to be in Max D now with that new body.
Yeah.
That's an up. Colt Stevens might be back full-time, maybe.
Oh, yeah. And then another one of my ups is the San Diego Stadium return. So they're not doing Petco Park. They're doing Snapdragon Stadium this time. And we already did get that covered earlier this show.
That's weird. I feel like if they did the back-to-back San Diego shows like that, they should have done the 2 different stadiums. But
I think that would have cost them a lot, as in venue rent. And then next thing,
I got a few ups.
Let's go ahead.
My first up is that Weston Anderson is back for his 2nd season. I didn't know if he was going to come back, if he was going to go back to driving the mega trucks, but he's back for another full-time season in Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to see.
And then I think the last 2 ups I have is Bailey Shea returning. We just talked about that.
Yep. That was one of them that I had. And
then you have Brandon Tulachka. I can't say either. Tulachka returning since 2020 in his truck. And then you have his sister, Michaela Tulachka, in Megalodon, which I think is the first female driver for Megalodon.
Second.
Are you sure it's the second?
Yep, Kristen Hope drove Megalodon in an arena show. I forgot which show. I'm pretty sure Kristen Hope has driven Megalodon.
I'm pretty sure this was a 2020 show. But we all probably missed it. It
was just like a random show that they did.
Because I remember she was driving Dalmatian and Wolfset at the time, but like I don't think we recalled driving her driving Megalodon.
Yeah, I have like a bunch of the shows on my list that I marked down with the drivers in it. If we do another one of these, like for November, I'll come back at it and maybe list it off or say what it was. And for the last up that I have, this is for me, is that Foxborough is finally on a points tour.
Yeah, no longer
first
a
time
summer
ever.
tour.
Nope. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, East
Oh, another
Rutherford.
up. Oh, I didn't even think of that. No, you can go.
Go ahead.
No, we'll keep on topic with the stadium. What were you about to say about East Rutherford?
So no, I was about to say East Rutherford again is also a point series venue again after this year.
Yeah. Another up is that two more ups, and these are both about the same team, is that Dalton Binder is making his arena debut tour, and that Too Tall is making his stadium debut tour.
I
in
did forget this
Velociraptor.
one. I know last minute I was like, I forgot an up, and it was for sure a Team Thrall monster, and it was Too Tall. I forgot about.
Yeah, I wonder if Paul Jensen might be done driving. We don't know yet.
Well, I mean, he is driving this upcoming Glendale show, but I don't know about next season.
Well, for
Maybe
Monster Jam.
maybe he'll do arena with Dalton or Travis, or maybe he'll run toughest. Who knows?
Well, it would be Travis just because Dalton and Bailey are there.
Well, yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, but I'm excited to see Too Tall in stadiums.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. Him running Velociraptor no longer on Jurassic Attack. You know, good for him. I give a round of applause for that guy.
Same.
But yeah, I think that just about covers everything for this episode. So I think we're about to wrap it up here. Have you got anything else to say before we close?
The last thing I will say, Another Down is the song, and that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I had it on there too. Yeah, it's not everyone's favorite. Okay. So anything else right before we start wrapping up?
Yeah, if we do this again in November, we'll see you guys then for the Driver Summit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will do a summit episode if anything good comes out of this.
All right.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
We could do another one in between about this finals since we never did that.
Yeah, that's it.
And maybe we can finally have other people on.
Yeah. Yeah, fun fact for this episode, I tried getting another person on. He did not join. But anyway, that will do it for this episode. Thank you for watching or listening. And thank you for joining me, Zach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, man. So don't forget our merch store, STSL. You could open that in the link tree either on the YouTube or Instagram page. And don't forget to follow the brand new podcast we're on, STSL Off the Track. We're on, we're on Anchor, Spotify, and YouTube as well. So, yeah, that'll do it. And then our next show might be sometime around this winter. Where do we got from our boss a couple weeks ago? So, yeah. So this was Zach Dorsey, driver Captain's Curse. And me, Lane Flores too. Actually, can you do you know where people will find you?
Yeah, just Dorsey on literally anything. I'm pretty sure that's everything. YouTube, Instagram, and that's it. That's all it really is. It's just those two.
Yeah, and you could find me at Lane_Flores2 on Instagram. And yeah, you guys have a good night. This is STSL.
Peace.